Matawale had a different perspective of dealing with terrorists. He even announced that I am coming as your guest, and he became a guest to terrorists in the forest. He went, he dined, he won with them. 2 of them. When they were to release them, they gave them bullets. They called it, let us put our stamp on your body. They shot them. I brought them live. Again, you are welcome to the Guru's perspective. We went narratively talking about security, a statement of Flower, the executive governor of Zamfara State, who announced that if he's given authority over the police force, that he will be able to bring terrorism in his state to a closed chapter in just 60 days. And we are now talking of the president who has made it sure and declared to the country that he will pursue the cause of state police. This is where we were, so you're welcome. Again, please view, touch the button, make your recommendation, drop your comment. Sharing is very, very necessary. Viewing is very, very necessary. Dropping your comment is very, very necessary. Let us go part 2 of this movement. We'll be able to establish a pattern that there could be endangering the lives and freedom, liberties of citizenry if the police is wholesomely packaged on state level and handed over to the governors. We should not deceive ourselves. I made a point very, very clear with respect to such type of functionality across the world, which I've gone through, that the Nigerian politician is not matured enough not to use a police commander that his own state in his state, which is named, you are the police. So he became the chief. He became the last person giving order. It will be a difficult thing. And I gave typical example of what happened in River State, which is still happening. So based on that, we have to draw up a model that may still have the Inspector General of Police functioning to some extent, but not totally picking all the powers of functions of the commissioners of police in the states. Let us look at it. Every commissioner of police in any state under the Nigeria 1999 Constitution as amended is operating on behalf of the Inspector General of Police. The Inspector General of Police, we are told, is operating by the order given to it by the Police Service Commission. The police force is ruled on, is a tripod. You have the Inspector General of Police and his management team that bring discipline to the police force. That is the first level. Then you have the Police Service Commission, where you will have a chairman, in most cases retired police officer, and some people appointed. That is the second level of regulating the Nigerian police force. Then you have the third, which really is the first, which they call the Police Council. The Police Council is presided over by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, with all state governors as members, all retired Inspector General of Police as members, retired Chief Justices of the Federation as members. That's the last at Capitol. This is how the police is supposed to be run. But we have seen a situation that the Inspector General of Police, during the time of Mohammed as Inspector General of Police, he had a very tough running battle with the Police Service Commission. Until they are even including recruitment, until the Police Service Commission said that we cannot work with the people you recommend that you are recruiting. Then the Inspector General of Police said that he cannot work with the people that the Police Service Commission are recruiting because they will not be fit to be proper human being to monitor people. So because of this, we need to divest. While we divide the power down, we just need a system that will accommodate moderation in the issue. Otherwise, just giving the thing to the commissioners or any state, as that we have a problem. But having that is not to say that we should not look at the issue of state police. And while we look at that, are we going to abandon policing by the local government? If we let only trials of government, are we not going to talk with the federal government, talk with the subnationals, the two subnationals at the state and the local government? I remember vividly Isaac Ajanaku, a top businessman in the 30s, 40s, 50s, from Malaysia. was a member of NCNC. And because he was a member of NCNC, Action Group AG saw him as confrontational. This man, his garage, where he normally park his lorries for sales, which he has done for years. There was a morning the man woke up and suddenly saw a line drawn by the local authority. And they said that any vehicle that crossed this line, can I answer you? I witnessed this thing. Please, check it out. All those vehicles that Isaac Ajanaku parked there, that is where they rust and got lost. Because to move the vehicle against a line drawn by local government became a problem. So therefore, while we evaluate all this, let us go back to Lawal, the governor of to Anchor. Zamfara State is particularly very essential for me in talking of security. There was Aminu Matawale, who was governor of Zamfara State, who is now Deputy Defense Minister or Minister of State Defense for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Matawale had a different perspective of dealing with terrorists. He even went, announced that I am coming as your guest, and he became a guest to terrorists in the forest. He went, he must have carried money, but none of them will have ever admit that they take money to them. He dined, he won with them. Two governors did it. The governor of Katsina State, Aminu Masari, and Matawale. And after all this, what happened? Terrorists came back and were killing people in Zamfara State daily basis. Now, what brought the difference? Are we going to say that Matawale didn't know them? He knew them. Then we have to look at this and compare to what went in Kaduna. When El Rufai, who was one of those who invited Fulani jihadists, let me not give them that name yet, into Nigeria, told all of us that he carried the money. It must be dollar, it wouldn't be naira. Travel out of Nigeria to go and give to them that don't come here to kill my people again. So we now need to compare this. Therefore, if there is a way that the moderation now brings the police in between, but stricter by 80% under the command of the state, and say 20% under the command of the federal, with a waving order of stability or instability, I think the thing will be better off. We will see to security. Let us still move forward in elongating this frontier. What has security done to Nigeria? It's been terrible. It's been very, very terrible. What is security has done to Nigeria? Can I say this with all responsibility of being truthful to my conscience and to my God, who has preserved me over all these years? Why today's terrorism is a difficult thing to deal with? Most people that invited them to come, there are still some personal dramatists in the system, in the Nigerian system. Most of them are ministers as we talk now. Most of them are senators presiding over our laws as we talk. Some of them are there in the House of Representatives. And chairman of board here, chairman of that, most of them are there. These were the people that invited the people, negotiated with them, and they agreed at the initial on how much they will be giving to them. We have it on record. When the man that was kidnapped during the Abuja-Kaduna train, this man who was former managing director of Bank of, is it Bank of Industry or which bank? When the terrorists were to release him, what did they do? They gave him a letter to give to the president. Or no, not president, to give to the Nigerian government. And the man brought letter. And the letter stipulated 4 items to meet the expectation as per ab initio arrangement before they came in. 2 among those victims, I brought them live to Lagos Talks, Lagos Talks 91.3 FM studio. 2 of them. When they were to release them, they gave them bullets. They called it, let us put our stamp on your body. They shot them. I brought them live. And they spoke of what they knew about. So as long as those who were there in the beginning to say, come over, and agree on terms of water with them, are still the people dominating the political scene, will not. Then another thing we should look at, people have been saying, 400 names were submitted by the Emirate to President Muhammadu Buhari are financiers of terrorists. Muhammadu Buhari gives the 400 name to Abubakar Malami, who was Attorney General and Federal Minister of Justice then. Did we hear them? But today, it's like there is a difference coming in. It is this difference that is coming in that we shall look into in our third episode, which will be the final episode. But before I sign out, I equally tell you, please touch, view, and share. Shall be well with us in Nigeria.